Have you ever heard a sound so high and so pure it almost feels like it's from another world? That's what we're talking about when we mention the note F6 in opera. Think of a piano keyboard. The F6 is a very, very high F, sitting way up on the right-hand side, far above the notes most people can even dream of singing. It's a note that pushes the human voice to its absolute limit, a sound that sparkles with brilliance and tension. For a soprano, hitting this note isn't just about reaching, it's about making it sound beautiful, controlled, and full of emotion. It's the musical equivalent of a gymnast's perfect landing or a sprinter breaking a world record. This single note has become legendary in the world of classical music, largely thanks to one specific piece. It's the highest note Mozart ever wrote for a singer in any of his operas, and he didn't put it there by accident. He wanted to create a moment of pure, breathtaking drama. The F6 is the pinnacle of a series of incredibly difficult vocal fireworks. It demands not just a huge vocal range but also incredible agility and power. It's a test of everything a singer has trained for their entire life. When you hear an F6 sung well, it feels like a lightning strike, sudden, powerful, and unforgettable. Why is it so important? Because it represents the peak of vocal virtuosity. It's a benchmark, a challenge that separates great singers from the truly legendary. Singing an F6 is not like singing other notes. It requires a specific physical coordination, immense breath support, and a complete lack of fear. Any tension, any slight miscalculation, and the note can sound shrill or fail entirely. This is why audiences hold their breath when the moment approaches. They know they are about to witness something extraordinary, a feat of human skill that borders on the superhuman. It's a moment of pure, unadulterated thrill. So when we talk about the F6, we're not just discussing a high pitch, we are talking about a moment of supreme artistic and athletic achievement. It's a note that carries with it a history of triumphs and near misses, a sound that defines one of opera's most iconic characters. It is an electrifying peak that has fascinated listeners for centuries, a musical Everest that only a few rare singers can ever hope to conquer with grace and power. And when they do, it's a sound that you will never ever forget. It's the ultimate musical dare. Now, let's talk about the artist who made this legendary note her own, Diana Damrau. She is a German soprano, and if you ask opera lovers today to name one of the greatest singers on the planet, her name will almost certainly come up. She is a superstar in the classical world, known for her incredible voice, her brilliant acting, and her fearless approach to some of the most demanding roles ever written. Damrau isn't just a singer who hits high notes. She is a complete artist who brings characters to life with every fiber of her being. She has a voice that can be both delicate and powerful, a tool she uses with amazing skill. Diana Damrau was born in Günzburg, Germany, and from a young age her talent was undeniable. She studied at the conservatory in Würzburg and quickly began winning major competitions and landing roles in prestigious opera houses across Europe. What makes her so special is her versatility. One night she might be singing a light, funny character from a comic opera, and the next she could be portraying a tragic heroine with heartbreaking depth. Her voice has a beautiful silvery quality, but it also has a core of steel that allows her to tackle incredibly difficult music without ever sounding strained. She makes the impossible seem effortless. Her connection to Mozart's music is particularly famous. She has performed many of his greatest roles, but it is her interpretation of the Queen of the Night in The Magic Flute that has become iconic. For many, she is the Queen of the Night. She sang the role in the world's most famous opera houses, from the Royal Opera House in London to the Metropolitan Opera in New York. Audiences and critics alike were consistently blown away. They praised not just the technical perfection of her singing, but the sheer intensity and dramatic fire she brought to the character. She didn't just sing the part, she inhabited it. So when we listen to Diana Damrau, we are listening to more than just a beautiful voice. We are experiencing the work of a master storyteller. She has a deep understanding of the music and the text, and she uses her gifts to take the audience on an emotional journey. She is an artist who combines stunning technical ability with profound emotional intelligence, and that is what makes her one of the most exciting and beloved opera singers of our time. Her performances are not just concerts, they are events that stay with you long after the final note has faded. The song we're focusing on is called Der Holle Rache kocht in meinem Herzen, which translates to Hell's Vengeance boils in my heart. It's one of the most famous arias in all of opera. and it comes from Mozart's incredible opera, The Magic Flute. This isn't a love song or a gentle melody, this is a song of pure white-hot rage. It is sung by the Queen of the Night, a powerful and mysterious character. In this scene she confronts her daughter Pamina, and gives her a terrifying ultimatum. She must kill the queen's rival, Sarastro, or be disowned and cursed forever. It is a moment of extreme emotional pressure. Imagine the scene. The queen appears in a flash of thunder and lightning, a figure of immense power and authority. She hands her daughter a dagger. The music starts with a dramatic burst from the orchestra, setting a tone of urgency and anger. The queen's words are not just a request, they are a command filled with venom. She is a mother pushed to the brink, her love twisted into a demand for violent revenge. The entire aria is an expression of this uncontrollable fury. Mozart uses the music to paint a picture of a mind consumed by hatred, a heart boiling over with a desire for vengeance. The emotional journey of the aria is relentless. There is no moment of softness or reflection. It is a full-on assault, both musically and dramatically. The queen describes the bonds of nature being broken and the pains of death that will surround Pamina if she disobeys. These are not empty threats, you can hear the conviction in every note. The music climbs higher and higher, mirroring the queen's escalating rage. It's a musical explosion designed to shock and awe the audience while terrifying the character of Pamina on stage. This is a mother using her power not to nurture, but to destroy. This aria is the climax of the queen's character arc. Earlier in the opera, she appears as a grieving mother, tricking the hero, Tamino, into helping her. But here, her true nature is revealed. She is not a victim, she is a vengeful, manipulative force of nature. Der Hohle Reich is the moment the mask comes off, exposing the darkness underneath. It's a masterpiece of musical characterization, a terrifying and thrilling portrait of a woman who will stop at nothing to get what she wants. The fury is so intense, so powerful that it becomes almost beautiful in its extremity. The Queen of the Night is one of opera's most fascinating and complex villains. When we first meet her, she seems to be a figure of sympathy. She presents herself as a heartbroken mother whose daughter, Pamina, has been cruelly abducted by the wicked sorcerer Sarastro. She appears majestic and sorrowful, and her first aria, O Zittre nicht, mein lieber Sohn, is full of sadness and regal grace. She persuades the young prince Tamino to go on a quest to rescue her daughter, promising him Pamina's hand in marriage if he succeeds. At this point, the audience is completely on her side. We see her as the embodiment of good. However, as the opera unfolds, we begin to realize that things are not as they seem. Tamino learns that Sarastro is not a villain, but a wise and benevolent leader of a spiritual community. He has taken Pamina away to protect her from her mother's dark and destructive influence. The queen's true motivations are slowly revealed. She is not driven by motherly love but by a lust for power. She wants to reclaim a magical, all-powerful circle of the sun that was given to Sarastro by her late husband. Her entire story of victimhood was a calculated lie, a clever manipulation to get others to do her bidding. This dramatic reversal is what makes the queen such a brilliant character. She represents the forces of darkness, chaos, and irrationality, standing in direct opposition to Sarastro's world of reason, wisdom, and enlightenment. Her domain is the night, a realm of illusion and deception. When her manipulation fails and she realizes Tamino has switched sides, her grief turns to uncontrollable rage. This is when she sings Der Hohle Reich, revealing her true, terrifying self. She is no longer a grieving mother but a vengeful goddess demanding blood. Playing the Queen of the Night is an immense challenge for any singer. It requires two completely different vocal styles. In her first aria, the singer must sound lyrical, vulnerable, and beautiful. In the second, she must become a vocal powerhouse, spitting out notes with fiery precision and terrifying intensity. The role demands not just a phenomenal vocal range but also the acting ability to portray this dramatic shift from supposed victim to outright villain. The queen is the dark, glittering heart of the magic flute, a character who is both terrifying and utterly captivating. So, what makes Der Hohle Reich so incredibly hard to sing? Well, it's a perfect storm of vocal challenges. First, there's the range. The aria covers 2 full octaves, soaring from a low F4 all the way up to that legendary F6. A singer has to navigate this huge distance with perfect control. But, it's not just about the high notes. The aria is filled with something called coloratura, which is basically a series of fast, agile, and ornate musical passages. Think of it like a vocal sprint, full of rapid-fire runs, leaps, and trills. The singer's voice has to be incredibly flexible, kind of like a ballet dancer moving through a complex routine. Then there are the staccato notes. Staccato means the notes are short, sharp, and detached from one another. In this aria, the queen sings a series of staccato notes that shoot upwards, sounding like bursts of angry laughter or sparks flying from a fire. To sing these accurately, especially at such a high pitch, requires incredible breath control. Each note has to be a tiny, perfect explosion of sound, supported by a steady column of air. Diana Damrau is a master of this. She makes these staccato passages sound not just accurate but also full of character. Each note is a dart of pure venom. Damrau's technique is a wonder to behold. She sings with what appears to be a relaxed and open throat, which is the key to producing a free and beautiful sound, especially in the upper register. There is no sense of strain or pushing. Her breathing is so well managed that she can sustain the long, demanding phrases without ever sounding out of breath. She has the power to cut through a full orchestra, yet her high notes retain a beautiful bell-like quality. It's a combination of raw physical talent and decades of intense, dedicated training. What's truly amazing is how she combines all these technical elements. She doesn't just sing the notes, she weaves them into a seamless expression of rage. The coloratura runs are not just vocal gymnastics, they are an outpouring of her boiling fury. The high F6s are not just high notes, they are the piercing screams of a woman pushed past her breaking point. Diana Damrau's performance is a masterclass in how to use virtuosic technique not as an end in itself, but as a tool to serve the drama and emotion of the character. She makes it sound not just difficult but meaningful.
Perfect.
Singing the Queen of the Night is only half the battle, acting the part is just as crucial. A great performance requires a singer to embody the character's terrifying power, and this is where Diana Damrau truly excels. When she walks onto the stage, her presence is immediately electrifying. Her posture is ramrod straight, radiating an aura of regal authority and unshakable confidence. She doesn't just stand there and sing, she commands the space. Her energy is palpable, a crackling force field that seems to emanate from her, captivating the audience and intimidating the other characters on stage. Her facial expressions are a study in controlled fury. Her eyes flash with anger, her brows furrow in intense concentration, and her mouth twists into a sneer as she spits out the venomous words. She doesn't overact or pull exaggerated faces. Instead, her expressions are focused and powerful, conveying a deep well of rage that is about to boil over. You can see the emotional storm raging within her. When she hands the dagger to her daughter Pamina, her gaze is so intense, so full of cold fury, that the threat feels absolutely real. You believe she is capable of carrying out her terrible curse. Damrau uses her entire body to tell the story. Her gestures are sharp, precise, and powerful. An outstretched arm is not just a gesture, it's a command. A pointed finger is not just a direction, it's an accusation. During the rapid-fire coloratura sections, her body seems to vibrate with the intensity of the music. She remains rooted to the spot, a pillar of unmovable rage, which makes the vocal fireworks erupting from her even more stunning. This physical stillness creates an incredible tension, suggesting a volcano that is about to erupt. It's a performance of immense physical control. This combination of vocal prowess and dramatic intensity is what makes her performance so unforgettable. The audience isn't just hearing the Queen's rage, they are seeing it and feeling it. Damrau makes the character larger than life, a true force of nature. She understands that the Queen's power lies in her absolute conviction, and she projects that conviction with every note she sings and every move she makes. It's a complete and immersive performance that transforms a musical number into a gripping scene of high drama. She doesn't just play the Queen, she becomes her. Many brilliant sopranos have taken on the challenge of the Queen of the Night over the years. The role has a long and storied history, with legendary singers leaving their mark on it. So, what is it about Diana Damrau's interpretation that makes it stand out and be considered by many to be the definitive modern version? It comes down to a rare combination of technical perfection, dramatic intelligence, and a unique vocal timbre. While some singers might excel in one area, Damrau delivers a knockout performance across the board, creating a truly complete and terrifying character. One key difference is the sheer quality and beauty of her sound, even at the highest and most aggressive moments. Some performances of Der Hohle Reich can sound shrill or sharp, as the singer prioritizes simply hitting the notes. Damrau, however, manages to maintain a round, resonant, and beautiful tone, even when singing the stratospheric F6s. Her high notes don't just pierce, they shimmer. This adds a strange and unsettling beauty to the queen's rage. It's not just ugly screaming, it's the sound of a powerful divine being in a state of fury, which is somehow even more frightening. Furthermore, her musicality is second to none. She pays incredibly close attention to Mozart's score, respecting every dynamic marking and articulation. Her staccato notes are perfectly crisp, her legato phrases are seamlessly smooth, and her rhythm is impeccable. This precision doesn't make the performance sound robotic. On the contrary, it makes it sound even more powerful. It gives the aria a relentless, machine-like drive, reflecting the queen's single-minded obsession with revenge. Where some might rush or smudge the difficult passages, Damrau's clarity is astonishing, making every single note count. But perhaps the most unique aspect is her psychological portrayal. Damrau's queen is not a one-dimensional monster. You can feel the history behind her anger. There's a sense of wounded pride and desperation fueling her vengeance. In her acting and her vocal coloring, she hints at the powerful empress who has been stripped of her authority. This adds a layer of complexity to the character. We are still terrified of her, but we also understand her on a deeper level. It is this blend of terrifying power and subtle psychological depth that elevates her performance from merely great to truly legendary. Ultimately, the reason Diana Damrau's Queen of the Night is so iconic is because it is the perfect fusion of technique and storytelling. In opera, it's easy to get one of these things right. Some singers have flawless technique but can seem emotionally distant. Others are incredible actors but may struggle with the most demanding vocal parts. Damrau's genius lies in her ability to make these two elements completely inseparable. Her technical skill is not just for showing off, every vocal feat serves the story, and every dramatic choice is supported by her incredible vocal control. Think about the coloratura passages again. For Damrau, these impossibly fast runs are not just vocal decorations. They are the sound of the queen's mind racing, her thoughts tumbling over one another in a frenzy of rage. The rapid succession of notes becomes a vocal illustration of her boiling heart. When she hits the high F6s, they are not just impressive high notes. They are the sonic peaks of her fury, the moments where her rage becomes so intense it can only be expressed in a sound that is almost beyond human. The technique, the emotion. This synthesis allows her to tell a complete story within the 4 minutes of the aria. We don't just hear a singer performing a difficult piece of music, we witness a character's dramatic breakdown. Her voice colors the words with meaning. When she sings hort, 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 which means here, 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 each word is a sharp, percussive command that demands attention. When she sings of being cast out and abandoned, verstossen, verlassen, you can hear a flicker of desperate vulnerability beneath the anger. She uses her voice like a painter uses a palette, adding shades of meaning to every line. This is what makes a performance truly transcendent. It's when the audience forgets they are watching a singer navigating a difficult score, and instead becomes completely absorbed in the character's emotional world. Diana Damrau achieves this with breathtaking success. She reminds us that the greatest art is not about showing how difficult something is, but about using that difficulty to express something profound about the human experience. In this case, the terrifying and destructive power of vengeance. Her performance is not just a collection of perfect notes, it's a perfect story. We've journeyed through the fire and fury of Diana Damrau's legendary Queen of the Night, exploring the dizzying heights of the F6 and the incredible artistry that brings this terrifying character to life. We've seen how she blends flawless technique with profound storytelling to create a performance that has earned its place in opera history. It's a powerful reminder that music is not just about sounds, but about the deep emotions and epic stories that those sounds can convey. It's about moments that give you goosebumps and stay with you for a lifetime. But the world of opera, and indeed all music, is filled with these kinds of unforgettable moments. Diana Damrau's Queen is one shining example, but there are countless others. Perhaps it was a different singer in the same role who captivated you, or maybe it was a completely different opera. A heartbreaking Vici d'arte from Puccini's Tosca, a powerful Nessun Dorma from Turandot, or a soulful cello concerto that seemed to speak directly to you. Every music lover has those performances that are etched into their memory. These are the performances that connect with us on a personal level. They might be famous worldwide, or they might be something you discovered by chance on a quiet afternoon. What makes them special is the unique spark of connection they create. It could be the raw power of a singer's voice, the incredible skill of a pianist's fingers flying across the keys, or the heartbreaking emotion of an actor's portrayal. It's that magical moment when an artist's expression of feeling perfectly matches our own capacity to feel. So now I turn the question over to you. What is a performance that has truly amazed you? It doesn't have to be opera. It can be from any genre of music or any art form. What was the piece? Who was the artist? And what made it so special for you? Share your own Queen of the Night moments in the comments below. Let's celebrate those incredible artists and the powerful experiences they give us. Let's create a collection of arias, sonatas, and songs that have moved us, and discover new